Hello everyone and welcome back to the 11th part of the course in which we will be making the Blade of the Ancients from scratch using Blender. In the last video, we learned how to use a pinch brush and in which situations we can use it. For example, we use the pinch brush to bring these leather parts closer together. As you can see now, I'm doing the same thing. And so our leather appears to be covering each other. And in today's video, we'll do our last phase of tweaking the general shape of the blade. Otherwise, we'll be refining these two parts, a bit of the handle, and hopefully also finish this upper part here. And we will add a few details, like higher resolution details such as leather creases and wood parts, using references I prepared for you. So in the description of this video, you'll find a PDF file containing different references I made for you, which you can feel free to use. So here, when you open, you're going to see this, Blades of the Ancients references. You have some of the leather objects with bigger creases in it, for example this handle, these old boots. You have the leather wraps, so you can see how it looks on a handle. We have different leather types. We have like these small creases. We have literal animal skin. Oh, no, where are you going? No, wrong buttons. Okay. Here we have leathers with surface imperfections, like these creases and scratches. And on the other side, you will find different types of wood. You have darker wood types, like, for example, this wood that is a bit older, this beautiful golden shade, some crust, if that's how you call it. You have the light wood, such as like this whitish color. And then you have an arsenal of wooden handles. For example, how it looks on this knife. You have more refined ones. You have the ones on the X. And I hope this helps, because the hardest part of making a reference is, you never know which ones you're going to need until you start working. But feel free to use your own references or make your own adjustments to this page. It's really, the point is to help you work on this. So as you can see now, I have two references pulled out, and each one of them has enabled always on top. So I can switch between these two clicking in the empty space. So this is the one reference, this is the Blade of the Ancients reference, and if I click there, I can switch between those two. Now we're going to need the Blade of the Ancients reference. And also those references I gave you could also help you with texturing later on, so do not lose it somewhere in your PC. Okay, first thing I want to do is remesh on a lower voxel size. For example, on 5. Because this part is smaller and we need more detail to tweak it. If I were to zoom on this part, you can see we have a slight curve here which is missing. What I want to do is I'll grab a grab brush like this. Then I'll use the draw brush with a smaller radius to kind of draw the shape. Remesh, I'll smooth it a bit. Then I'll use the crease brush, invert type, to bring out this detail that we just did. So we want to look at it from all sides. Then also crease here. And we can see it already has the shape we want. Maybe I should grab a grab brush and pull this backwards a bit so we have a better curve. You can see it is kind of spiky. So why don't we make the spike ourselves? Like this. Crease brush, I'll use the invert crease brush to create a crease line along this, which perfectly surrounds our geometry. Amazing. I'll remesh and hope... Okay. I want to say I'll remesh and hope it doesn't destroy what it did. It didn't. I'll also use the inflate brush to make this a bit more round, and then I'll smooth it. Okay, this part here. Then I'll smooth it. Okay, looks good. Maybe I should scrape this part. Scrape, not scrap. This is artwork, not scrapping in some trash can. Okay, don't like this part. So let's... Yes. Now I like this part. Let's just crease it a bit more. And, well, if you're getting tiresome of zooming in and zooming out, do remember what you can do to make your cursor the same size. We mentioned that in a video before. Yes, you can go to the brush tab and select the radius unit to scene. But, as you can see, I prefer view. Okay, this is not bad. If I go to 1, well, our shapes are a bit off. This part needs to come more diagonally. This part is, yeah, all these parts are just, it looks like they are some kind of weird fingers and have some weird nails on top of them. We don't want that, so first I will inflate them. Remesh. Okay. Then use a grab brush and gradually make small adjustments like this. Remesh, it's fine. Then I'll also use the grab brush. You can also use the grab brush to like widen something. So when I can pull this side, then pull this side, and you can see it gets wider. Like this. Okay, this is making progress. The small touches. Okay, now we need to inflate it. Bit. Remesh. I would actually smooth it. That's too much. I'll also go to the smooth brush and lower the strength to something like 0.107. This, okay, it's fine. Maybe this is just unnecessary tweaking. Like, it has to be, this one has to be like this. You don't have to be so tidy. It's just my thing. Okay, now I want to tweak on this part. Okay, let's remesh and hope it... No, let's not remesh right now. We'll remesh later. With a lower resolution, perhaps. Okay, I'll use the invert crease brush to make a ridge here. Looks good. Maybe we want to bring these two parts a little bit more together. And for that, I will introduce you a new feature. You want to scroll all the way down here until you find this mask option. So what mask does is it's similar as in Photoshop or other advanced editing softwares using for pictures. So by having the positive direction selected, you draw what is known as a mask. You can see this darker part is a mask. For more precise, you want to have the strength on 1 and run. What I like to do is draw over the part which I would like to move. So it's best for me to demonstrate what it does. So we mask out a region, and then the region that is not black will be able to be moved. But as you can see now, I'm doing the opposite of what I'm saying. It is because there is a feature called invert mask. So if I enable my screencast keys by holding Control and pressing I invert the mask. And now the white section will be the only one that I can move. But as you can see here, we have some bit of the mask that got away. We can remove it by changing the direction on the mask to negative. Now we remove the direction. Here we need to add a bit of the mask, like this, and here. Okay, do you remember how to invert the mask? Control I. Now, you can move it in different ways. You can just use the elastic different brush, and I think this one should work. Don't worry about the geometry later, because we'll be able to remove the mask and get to sculpting just like we did before. Let me just like this. As you can see, whatever I do, I cannot affect the other parts of the mesh. The only ones I can are the ones that are not masked. Okay, this is fine. So if I remesh, the mask will stay. And that is a good part, because here you have the preserve option. And if you disable the preserve paint mask, it will remesh and the mask will be gone. That's one way of doing it. But I would like to show you another way. So you can also go to the object mode, select the handle, go to the object data properties, in other words, this green tab, and in geometry data, you'll find a column like this, clear sculpt mask data. Clicking on it and going back into sculpt mode, you'll see you have no mask anymore. So good. You want to smooth this part because geometry is clearly intersecting each other. Okay, just like this. Let's remesh. Okay, we have some more things like this. And now it's fine. Okay, then let's just inflate this and bring this closer, and then we will get to the other parts on the handle. Feel free to tweak a bit more if you want, but I just want to show you the necessary steps you need to do and the way I did it, because each of these things, objects you make, you can spend hours perfecting little details, and it is usually the case. But sometimes you need to be efficient and get, in other words, decent results pretty quickly. Okay, this part should be closer together. I could use a mask brush to bring it closer together. Let's do that. So scroll down, find the mask, plus mask this spike here. I will zoom in. Okay, press Ctrl I, and now I will just move it using the elastic different brush. If you're tired of zooming in and zooming out, there's a simple feature you can use. If you watched my previous videos, you might remember it. How do we make our brush the same size while we are sculpting? Yes. We go to the brush properties and change the radius units from view to scene. So, but I leave it like this. Okay, I like this. It's getting somewhere. Now let's remesh. Then let's grab this part. Let's do the same thing for the lower part. Control I. Let's deform. Remesh. And it's good, you know? It's good. What concerns the shapes, I just need to tweak this part and then we'll get onto different stuff. It looks fine. Then let's just tweak this part here. So as you can see here, we have a dent. We don't want a dent. I will use the inflate brush to make it a bit more even. Then I'll smooth it. It's fine. Then I'll use my invert crease brush, go to the front view, make this. I will fill it with the draw brush, like this. Then I'll remesh, smooth it a bit, and it should be fine. Okay, I'll use the crease brush on a very small radius, just to refine this here. Maybe a bit bigger, 10 pixels is equal to 0 pixels. Okay, it's fine. Now let's undo that, Ctrl Z. Crease it like this. Then use the pinch brush. If I go to the blade, so this part is supposed to go under this part, but over this part. Let's try to do that. As you can see, it's almost good. We want to scrape it a bit more, so it's not as fat as it is now. Okay. I want to make it to go under. I just try to pinch it together. It's working for now. As you can see, we added more geometry and we can pinch better. But we're still not getting the result. It's because we need a crease or an invert crease here. Like this. There. We faked it. Now it looks like this. Oh, so I want this part to be smaller than this part. So at least here, I will do the same thing we did for this part here. I will make a crease that is higher than this part of the mesh. So a crease, remesh, then I will crease here. I just try to pinch it together. It's starting to look like that. I'll try to scrape it. Don't worry if you're having trouble with this. As you can see, I myself am finding this quite challenging. But with the challenges, you become better. You improve yourselves, you learn. Because if you were all going to do all the time everything that's easy, you're not going to get anywhere. Learning is pushing your limits. Okay, yes. I don't know why I was that excited. Okay, this part doesn't need much tweaking. It's almost perfect. So I just use the invert crease on this part because we already have here what we struggled to get there. Oh my gosh, it's happening finally. Whew. Yes, it's good. It's good. Let me just scrape this. Don't cut my eye. Okay, and now, just a second before we get to the wood part, I want to crease this part with this. Look at you, if you're following and you already made it this far, you're amazing. You're definitely amazing. If not, well, keep working on your model. You'll get that there eventually. Okay, now let's remesh on a 0.003 resolution. Now it's time for finer details. I will smooth this part a bit more. As you can see now, whatever we do, it's almost unnoticeable. Our smoothing just makes everything finer. I actually like that this wood is like imperfect. I think I'm going to keep this imperfection. At first I didn't like how it looks, but now I'm kinda happy. I will still do a crease here. Oh, as you can see, ooh, this is much better, isn't it? Then let's just smooth. Yes, feel free to increase the strength on your smooth brush because now it would take you an eternity to smooth at a lower resolution. We'll just make this like part bigger. Okay. Maybe I'll lower the strength like to 200 and something. Okay, I'll add like a detail here. Yes, this is interesting. Then I'll crease it here. And now each crease we do just makes it look so much better. This is what I'm talking about, fine detailing. It's just amazing. Yes, I don't want this to be perfect at all. The wood is wood. It's everywhere. It's in all shapes. It's weird and unpredictable. So let's just, for example, smooth here. Let's just make this crease and, for example, let's make this here like it has been bumps or something. And now the references can come in handy. For example, let's look at this one. You can see it has some lines. And we can do that by decreasing the radius of our crease brush to very, very low. For example, 3 or 5 pixels should be nice. Then let's try to make some detail. You can see we're doing something. Feel free to increase strength more. But if you're just getting like these dots, well, you can go even further with the remesh resolution. Let's remesh it at 0.002. It should double our resolution. And this looks better, doesn't it? And now that we remeshed even lower, you can see we still have some tweaking to do. Okay, let's try to remeshing it to 0.001. But be careful. If you look down here, I'm currently at 300,000 vertices. Some PCs, depending on your hardware, cannot stand more than million or 500,000 vertices. So if you think your PC cannot handle it, first save your file, then try remeshing and hold your fingers crossed it doesn't crash. Or if you can remesh it, it might still lag. So a bit of a disclaimer there. I think I should be able to do that because I worked with models that went to 20 million faces or vertices. And now the details are fine. So I just add some lines like this. So like this. This is the toughest but most detail-oriented part. Each line you create can be unique, so let me just... I want more of a refined wood. I think I'll go like for this look. Don't know how it's going to turn out, but I'll just try to go with the flow. Like this. Then you have these parts. Untick might not be visible, but trust me, it will. And then you have some straight lines like this. We don't want it to go to the handle, no, we want to smooth that. Then we can also have, like, example, these parts. Yes, you can make some of things like increase the strength, make it more indented than other parts. I'll make this part like very indented, and this part, make few of these. Then I'll decrease the strength, make some more details. Let's zoom around to see what we can find. Ooh, these lines are nice. Yes, I think I'm going to do that here below. You see these lines? Let's just do something like that here. We have like this. No. Have like this. And you can feel free to disable symmetry here while doing this because you don't want details to be symmetrical always. Like this. Then have some things like this. Maybe this will work, maybe not. Like this. Okay, I'll increase the strength. Do like another thing. Then I'll do this thing. It kind of looks like an engraving, and I do like it. Let's just smooth some parts because I don't want this to be symmetrical. So yes, we can also make bigger things, but I'll try to keep it small and even. Oh yes, I like this. And then you can do something like this. Just look at the reference and feel your artistic spirit. The wood goes in all directions, but it's not like this. Unless it's scratch, you can also create scratches. But maybe we will do that with a different type of brush. Okay, so maybe this part here, as you get into it, will make lines that are following this shape. Just make sure that they're not like crossing each other. The only ones that can cross are the lower strength ones, like this. Yes, you can lower strength and make the lines that seem to be going out of it or crossing these parts. And don't worry, even if we do a retopology, this detail will not be lost. It will be still visible. And if you want to do a close-up shot of your blade, things like that, it will look beautiful. Just trust me, just brings it to life. And it's actually my favorite part, because here I don't have to worry much about how it looks like. I just put some music on and then do lines, yes. I think we can do some stronger creases, like this. Maybe one near this one, like this. Yes, wood can have like these lines. For example, let's look at this example, one trick I will give you. So, wood can look like this. You have this part. Then you can have a small crease in there. Then you have this crease, which is an outer crease that does not go fully around this part. And you can add one here, and then one a different shape like here, and then one a different shape like here. Then you can lower the strength and just do some inner creases, and here you have a basic wood type. So this is basically on, if you look at the branches in real life, it looks like this. Let me see. No, I don't have any branch references, but if you look those up, it looks something along these lines, but far less perfect, of course. So yes, we can do this. It's starting to look nice. We do have a long way to go, but I want to thank you for watching this video, because stay tuned, the most exciting parts are now coming. So please don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and comment on the video. Let me know what you think of the course so far, and if you haven't, please check out my previous videos to see how we have gotten to this part. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm so excited. Bye bye!